Lexi! Hi, Bree. Hi, everybody. Sorry, I was trying to get everything situated. Hello! Lexi, how was your trip? Do. Bree, what are you up to today? Thank you guys for the heart me. I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. If you want an oracle card, let me know. And there's 2 reading spots open today. And don't forget, if you're someone on Patreon, the reading sessions are on Saturday. If you are someone who is over there, I get that too. Yesterday, I took a whole day off, and then today just didn't start the way I thought it was gonna. So it's kind of been a little bit of a lazy day. Oh no! How long was the drive? Bree, do you want a card? Lexi, do you want one? I'd be happy to pull it for you if you guys would like one. Oh, I have an itchy eye. And it's really nice in the shade today. It is a little humid, but it could be worse. All right, let's see. What we got, Bree? This is the gratitude card. Your guidance is to count your blessings, and when you say thank you to the universe for its gifts, it responds generously to you. Angel wisdom reminds you to say thank you for all that you have, the intangible as well as the tangible. Whenever you say thank you from your heart, more is bestowed on you, for gratitude is the key to opening the door to universal abundance. Cultivate an attitude of gratitude and open yourself to receive love and plenty into your life, and your angels will smile on you. Hey, Hunter, how are you? Ooh, 33 hours is still a long drive. Are you back already? If anyone wants an oracle card for the day, just let me know. I'd be happy to pull it for you. I have 2 reading spots open today. And then if you are someone who is on the Patreon, don't forget that the next time for Patreon readings is Saturday, and Monday is the full moon meditation. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. I love it. What's anybody up to today? Anything exciting? Brie already told me she's having a lazy day. I've had a lot of private sessions over the last week, which is why I haven't been on as much. So shout out to everybody doing all their shadow work. Sophie, thanks for the corgi. All right, let's see. Sophie, let's see what we got. Do you have your pizza today, Hunter? Sophie, this is the value card. It's also number 33, deserving and worthiness. Let's see what it says. Since you realize that your life is not dictated by what other people want from you, you became totally capable of and permitted to have what is in your heart. You may have believed that you had to pursue the life other people had in mind for you, but now you are aware of what is truly important to you, and therefore may devote all of your energy to realizing that purpose and finding true fulfillment. Any skill that comes naturally to you and one you enjoy pursuing can lead to success in a very contented life. Anyone who claimed differently was projecting their own trauma and failures onto you and giving you a false belief. but your reality differs from their world. Let them grow and carry on. Forgiveness is about accepting the incident and releasing it so it no longer has power over you. It is not a way of expressing approval for how you were treated. The only thing you cannot change is the past as it is what it is, and learn from it, leave it there, adapt, and stop looking behind you. Instead, begin looking ahead. What is your inherent talent or natural ability, and what motivates you to get out of bed? Any previous achievements contain the answer that'll lead you to success. However, keep in mind that unless you have patience, your manifestations will not always completely materialize. The universe is aware of your true desires and is correcting its course to assist you, as long as you know in your heart what you truly want. Sophie, that was fab. Oh, good. I'm glad you got your pizza. Hunter, you want a card for the day? You're so welcome, Sophie. Thanks for letting me pull it for you. I hope everyone is having a beautiful day. I have 2 reading spots. Whether you want to just see what comes through, you have a specific question, there's certain energy stuff that you're interested in. They're $22 hairs or whatever is on the viewer wishes. And then as always, don't forget, if you're someone who wants to start digging into your shadow work, you want to start learning about your gifts, feel free to check out the private booking link. Hi, Ken. All right, let's see, Hunter, what do we got? Hunter, this is the mercy card. To develop the quality of mercy, forgive yourself and everyone around you. Be magnanimous and see the good in others and give them the benefit of the doubt. Open up to compassion, but most of all, access the wisdom within that recognizes the divine in every creature. When you temper your attitude to others with mercy, you offer them grace. You spread much light, joy, and freedom and empower others to make the good in themselves. Choosing this card may mean that the angels of mercy are offering you release from your pain or difficulties, so accept it graciously. I am fabulous. Today has not gone to plan at all in any way that I tried to plan it, but I'm going with the flow. I've said that to myself all morning. I'm like, don't get upset because your routine is thwarted. Just flow with it. Hunter, that was fabulous. Hi, Francis. How are you? All right, Ken, let's see what your card is. I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. If you've never seen me before, it's nice to meet you. My name is Molly. I crawled out of the spiritual closet a little over a year and a half ago to start helping people bridge the gap between spiritual connection and genuine human connection. And the gap is the connection into themselves. One of the biggest things I think that we miss quite often when we start helping people connect into their gifts is that we have to work with some of the shadow work around it. So that is my favorite thing to help you do, is to work through all the scary stuff that you're still ashamed and embarrassed about, especially energetically. Ken, this is the Serenity card. Serenity bestows inner peace, tranquility, and calmness of mind. When you feel serene, you are your own person, for nothing and no one can bother, upset, or influence you. You are like a calm, clear lake, beautiful and peaceful to be with. Your quiet radiance brings hope and support to those who come within your aura. You attract respect and love from others, for all are calmed by you. As you become deeply serene and still, you connect to the higher powers of the universe for divine guidance, and your path in life becomes smooth and flowing. Quietly ask your angel to hold you in serenity. That was fab. Ken, I like that one. If there's anyone else who wants a card for the day, you let me know. I'd be happy to pull it for you. I have 2 reading spots open today, whether you want to see what comes through for general stuff, what's in your energy, what your spirit guides have to say. I am here for it. And don't forget, Saturday is the next live stream for people's readings and energy work over in the Patreon. And then the full moon meditation is on Monday. Monday. I hope everyone is having a beautiful day. I would like to remind you that if you are someone who is new to looking into energetic hygiene, energy at all, there is a free Ether 101 class. It is an energy basic class over on the YouTube. Feel free to check it out. You'll find the link in the bio, especially if you're someone who's new to understanding grounding and all of the other things that go with it. Dun, 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 dun. Is there anyone who hasn't had an oracle card who would like one? I'd be happy to pull it for you if you would like one. Everybody's so quiet today. Do, 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 do. I have no music out here, so I can't even. I'm going to have to make it up. Gonna have to make it up. If you want a card, just let me know. I'd be happy to pull it for you. Sure, Francis. Sure. Let's see. What do we got? Okay, so Hunter, what you said is you lied. Is that what you're telling me? You lied. Oh. Francis, this is the adventure card. Hello, Jen Marie. Life is an adventure. Be ready for the unexpected and make the most of all opportunities. The angel wisdom suggests you get out of any habits or ruts in which you are stuck. Do things that are different and face life with the sense of wonder. If your path ahead seems dark, do as you would if you were exploring a dark place. Ask your angels to light up the way and then watch for the signs and signals that tell you where and how to go. Explore the new with excitement and courage. These magnetic qualities attract money and career openings and add zest to relationships. The angels are inspiring you to move forward with anticipation, expectancy, and hope. No, both cannot be true due to the etymology and basic literal definition of the word. So, no. What it sounds like, though, is you're stuck in a it is what it is situation. And I just want to give you the reminder that while you can process through things, you don't have to stay stuck in them. And also, if you're stuck in a ruminating cycle of things stuck in your head, there are ways to grab up into the observer box and push them out. Hi, ABC, how are you? I can't stress that enough for everybody. If you're someone who struggles with like overthinking, if you struggle with allowing things to like ruminate and constantly think about things, if you're someone who like Chicken Little's the same thing, I think it's on the Patreon. I might have to put it on there, but there are ways for you to look at your thoughts as they're approaching. And then you're able to like sort through them. I know I did a session with somebody this week where we had to really dig into methods to steady yourself when the world seems to be like screaming at you and falling apart. And while people think that that's nearly impossible, I promise it isn't. You have to make the dedication and commitment to do the work to yourself. You have to make the commitment to yourself to keep showing up, even on the days that it's hard, because learning to deal with that big emotional blowback is part of the lesson in itself. Hi, everybody. Hi, Claire. Hi, Monica. I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. Yeah. We're just yakking about all the things. Shadow work, I can't stress enough, is so important. I've been doing a ton of shadow alchemy sessions lately, and I cannot stress enough how much I think it is important that if we are going to start tapping into our gifts, that we really start looking at ourselves as a whole unit and working through some of those things. And the biggest reason that I say this is because when I start doing energy with people and shadow work with people, a lot of times those receiving blocks are there. And the only way to work through them is if you make a dedicated decision that you are going to look at them and start moving through them. And one of the things that I find often is that people don't feel that they have the self-worth to follow through with it. And I want to remind you that if you are someone who is a cheerleader for everybody else, there is not a single reason that you can't do that for yourself. And if you struggle with doing that, and if you're someone you give all the time, you're always doing things for other people, why are you sitting in that space where you don't feel that that's worthy for you, or it'll never happen for you, or you never ask or try? And really it's that deep unworthiness that sits at the bottom. I know when I do soul designs, one of the biggest things that seems to come up for like a certain generation of people is that you have to slow down. You can't constantly be go, 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 go all the time, because it's fueling this unworthiness that I have to be doing something. I have to be productive. I have to be helping somebody. And it's just not like that. And being able to sit with that is uncomfortable. And I know we talked about it in the Patreon this morning, but you can't make decisions to force alignment to fix the way that uncomfortability sits within your body. Learning how to sit with it, learning how to be present with it, is really hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but it is so worth it when you do. It really is. I'm going to just give you a very basic example. If you are living with the right intention and taking control of your energy, you can have some kind of some kind of big experience. You could have a big emotional event, some kind of big event, and you are able to sit with that, transmute it, process it, and let it go. You are already way ahead of the people who harp on an event that happened for the next 6 months. And I know you guys know the people I'm kind of talking about. There are people that something will happen and you will hear about it every day for the next 6 months. Whereas if that person took the time to sit down, process it, work through it, transmute it, and integrate it, that energy for them to keep bringing it up wouldn't exist anymore. So if you are someone who's constantly, you have the same racing thought, you're worried about the same thing, what action can you take today to start making changes to find a solution? And if there is something you're waiting to change, right, what can you do in the moment to help that? Or are you waiting for a change that you know isn't going to come unless you put in intended action? And then sometimes, I'm going to say this real quick, people wait for other people to change. And if you do that, you will stunt your own growth. So I can't stress enough, stop waiting for the right moment, stop waiting for the right chance, stop waiting for the right thing to fall in your lap. Just live every day in the present moment. There are so many people who are waiting for something to come, but they don't even know what it is yet. And they'll stop everything. They'll ignore every opportunity, everything that they possibly can, because they're waiting for something they don't even know what they're waiting for. So make sure that you're finding time to be present with yourself. And I can't stress this enough. If you are someone who's starting to open up your gifts of, hello from North Carolina, if you are starting to open up your gifts and you are starting to notice emotions coming up, I deal with this a lot. People open their gifts, they have an experience, something scares them. Look into what it is, right? And if you're someone who has an experience that scares you, find somebody you can trust to sit down with you and break the experience down. I cannot stress that enough. Find ways to break the experience down with someone. That is another big thing that I do on one-on-one sessions all the time, is we talk through the experiences people are having and how we can move through them or shift them a little bit. Not that it's wrong, but also bringing an understanding to what happens helps you feel more grounded and secure. So again, if you've never seen me before, nice to meet you. My name is Molly. I crawled out of the spiritual closet a year and a half ago to start helping people bridge the gap between spiritual connection and genuine human connection. Everybody can do mediumship. Everybody can do energy work. I am not somebody who is special by any means. I know Claire's in here, so I'm going to point Claire out. When I tell you guys that you are more capable than you think you are, Claire did a session with me this week, and in that session, Claire talked to an animal. Claire was able to bring her energy into another space to tell me what was located in that room. Claire also was able to get confirmation from an energy reading, not only energetically, but clairaudiently as well. She did that all in the same hour. Okay, so hear me out. She talked to an animal. She was able to walk an energy cord, and she was able to do an energy reading using 2 of the clairs that Claire has. And so what I want you guys to know is, if you are willing to believe in yourself, if you are willing to put in the work, you will be so amazed at all the things that you can accomplish. This is why when people say, well, I'm just going to do mediumship, well, I'm just going to do this, I get it. We all have to narrow down a niche eventually because it gets overwhelming, but these are all things I want to prove to you that you can do. Because the next time something like unattainable happens, okay, you're going to be like, remember when I did this and remember when I did that? And if I did that, I can do this. So I just want you all to know, ABC, thank you for that. You're the bomb.com. I appreciate you. I just want you all to know, truthfully, that you are all capable of doing this. And Claire, I'm just, again, thank you for taking time to sit with me, but mainly thank you for taking the time to put the effort and work into yourself, because I know for a fact that the more people build their confidence, the more they succeed at things that they never thought possible. Okay, I have yacked for a minute. So I do want to give you a reminder. If you are someone who's interested in doing like alchemy stuff, you want to start. The way I talk about shadow alchemy is that we go into your energy together, okay? And we start basically sifting through things that are stuck there and how to process and work through them. I'm going to just preface this. I'm not a medical professional, nor am I a therapist. But what I do, and I have a very niche of this, is I am able to look at something and give you a different perspective on how to approach it. And with that, my whole goal is to make you think and help you see things differently. Because sometimes we get stuck like a Clydesdale and we can only see things one way, or we only see ourselves through one lens. And being able to bring in a different lens makes a huge difference in the way that we are seeing ourselves, especially if you are someone who has never really been in a safe space to be seen. Once you give yourself the space to do that, you'll start to be able to realize that you can give it to yourself. It doesn't need to be given to you by somebody else. So all of that stuff is on the private booking link. Or if you're looking for classes, come hang out with us on the Patreon. We do so much stuff over there. We also do a shadow work journal every month. We do bi-weekly meditations. We do so many things. So come hang out with us. And then don't forget, there's a ton of free stuff between the YouTube and the Patreon. So if that is something you're interested in, come hang. So who's been waiting patiently for me to stop yakking and get an oracle card? Claire, I appreciate you. It's been so fun. It's definitely been a fun week of doing shadow work and teaching stuff. And I just want to say shout out to every single one of you who is making the decision for you to start doing the work. And Monica got her human design today. And I did, right before I came out here, I saw your message about salad. And that would 100% be one of the reasons. Right, Claire? All right, let's see. Monica, Jen Marie, and then I'm going to do Claire's too. All right, let's see. Monica, this is the clarity card. Angel wisdom reminds you that a busy, cluttered mind is a sick one, and a still, clear mind is a divine one. Allow the wisdom in your heart to radiate out and dissolve the chatter of your mind. Know that your angel has drawn this to your attention and is waiting to help you in your task. Sit quietly so that you can find the stillness within. Then you can shine a pure, clear light onto every area of your life. In the clarity of this light, the angels will reveal a new way of being. You will see things differently and be able to make decisions from strength and clarity. That was a really good one, Monica, I must say. Francis, thanks for the rose. All right, let's see. Jen Marie. Claire, thanks for the hand heart. Also, Jen Marie, I would like to offer you a reading if you would like one. So you just let me know. Sorry, I'm being attacked by a bug. All right, let's see. Oh, Monica, I'm sending you my second big hug of the day. I'm sending it. Can you feel it coming in the... Oh. Jen, this is the light card. Light illuminates darkness and gloom, bringing hope and inspiration. Ask the angels to fill you with more light, for it contains spiritual information and knowledge. These are the keys to the universe and bring love and peace, as well as unlocking the wisdom within you. As your light becomes stronger and clearer, you'll find clarity and purpose. You will radiate brightly and become a beacon, reminding others of the divine help available. Angel wisdom suggests that you ask the angels to ignite and strengthen the divine flame within you. Jen Marie, that was fab. All right, I'm going to pull Claire's, and then Jen Marie, I'm going to come over there if I have your permission. I think I saw I did. All right, let's see. Claire, which one would you like, left or right? It got muggy out here all of a sudden. I'm starting to sweat and I'm in the shade. This is the cooperation card. Angel wisdom suggests that you use your skills and talents for the common good. Eliminate power struggles, conflict, and competition which come from the ego's desire to win. Cooperate for the highest good, promotes harmony and togetherness, and draws the best from everyone. Make it your aim that everyone has a sense of satisfaction from work done. Then you become a spreader of goodwill and harmony. Your angel guidance is to bring people together and explore how you can mutually assist each other. Your attitude of sharing will ensure that you benefit in turn, for the angels will bless your endeavors. Claire, that's a good one. Jen Marie, thank you for the TikToks. That was fab. There is oh my gosh, flying ants. All right, Jen, I'm coming over there. There's an ant trying to drink my tea. And just in case you were someone who's listened to me talk about TS to T, I opened a TS to T yesterday and a giant moth came flying out of my brand new sealed container. So do with that information what you will. All right. Jen, let's see. It was disgusting. I promptly returned it this morning. Right, Claire, you're wrong. Hey, Jen, are you feeling like extra heightened emotional lately, and is it making you impatient with yourself? Like, are you annoying yourself? Also, do not forget that our next live class is the energy healing class. The vote, however, for the date was tied, so I think it might be after the 4th of July. All right, Jen, I have another weird question. I get the impression there's some kind of situation in your life that isn't being shown clearly. And all I'm going to say is just make sure that you are not making a reaction that's fear-based. Without having all of the information. Does this make sense? Okay, because it's like, they give me the impression of like wool over the eyes. You know how like when someone pulls the wool over your eyes type of thing? And it's like, don't react from not having all the information. I have another question. Do you have a grandmother in spirit? I feel like dad's side, who's like very, like no nonsense, like, but supportive and loving at the same time. Does that make sense? Okay, this fucking bug, sorry, he's really ticking me off. Get out of my drink. Was she short, Jen Marie? Like, was she a short little lady? Okay, because she's like firecracker, but she's little at the same time. The other thing too, was her hair a big deal? Okay, because she keeps showing me like her hair, you know, like that's like the one thing she keeps like showing me is what her hair looks like. And it's like that older style generation. It might be a perm. I just heard the word perm, but it's like the curls, but like close into the head. Does she like the color yellow and like bumblebees? Okay, all right. Okay. So, can I ask you a question? Because she's like very adamant about a reason she's stepping forward. And was she someone who wasn't allowed to like express herself and like be herself in life? And like, especially with men? So what she's talking to me about is that we already know this information, Jen, but I just, it needs to be repeated, which is she sees you doing things for everybody, and the way in which you can be helpful to other people, she says, is part of the way in which you get validation for yourself. Like, what can Jen do for you today? Does that make sense? Are you, do you struggle with being like kind of cynical and mean to yourself? Because she's like very adamant that the kindness that you show other people is in fact not the kindness you show yourself. Did she have a heart condition? She keeps bringing me to heart space, but she doesn't make me feel like normally when a spirit passes and I ask them how they pass, they'll normally like give me a specific feeling of what it feels like, but she's not doing that. She just keeps bringing me back to heart space continually, and when I'm like asking her for more information, she's just really circling to self-love and being able to accept yourself, because she says there are things that you put up with, Jen, that you don't know why you do. Do you understand that? Was she like a little bit of a socialite? Do you know what I mean by that? Like, did she have like a big, like, have like a social calendar and like a group of friends and all the other things? Thanks for the love you, Hunter. Okay, because she just is like this very busy lady, man. I don't know what else to tell you. She just gives me the impression of like this little lady. I got things to do. I got stuff. She's showing me her shoes and she's like getting ready to go out. And it feels more like it's like this was like her thing. And it also feels like this is things she did more like later in life, like to make up for lost time that she didn't really have in the very beginning. Can I ask you, she wasn't one of those purple hat ladies, was she? Okay. Because she just like, this is my crew. These are my girls. Like, we're going out and they're all like, they're dressed like classy. They're very classy. All right, Jen, what I'm gonna leave you with this. Have you found a dime head side up in the last week? Okay, just know that that is from her. She was very specific of like, this is the dime and this is the head of the dime. So just know that that was from her. And listen, yellow is something that has come through for her quite a bit. So when you are seeing, and it specifically seems like yellow in nature, like flowers and bugs and butterflies, like in birds. So when you see like the yellow in nature, just know that that's also a nod and a reminder from her. It's just everything yellow. She wants me to pull you a shadow card. Mike, I gotta tell you something. I've been worried about you for the last few days because you never responded to me, and that's very unlike you. So I'm really glad to see your face. It is. It's a little swamp ass. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely got some sweaty cheeks going on, but it's nice out. Can't complain. All right, Jen Marie, thank you for letting me connect in with her. She's honestly, she's with you quite a bit. So feel free, ask her whenever she gives me the impression that, one more question. Are you like sitting, like doing your cricket or like minding your own business? And do you ever feel like a little energetic, like shove or whatever? Like, does it ever like knock you off balance? You're welcome. You didn't confirm for me that you're okay though, but because I see your face, I'll take it. Do you want an oracle card? Okay, just know that that's a nudge from her. She says you don't pay attention. She's like, I try to talk to her all the time. She don't listen to me. She don't pay attention. So just know that like, whenever you start to notice some of those, because she's showing me like you in a craft room pretty frequently, and that seems to be where you're okay. I'm just glad you're alive, Mike. She hangs out with you in there quite a bit. So make sure you give her the old hello. Okay, yeah, make sure you give her the old hello every now and then. She's really interested in all the craft stuff that you create, like big time. She just showed me, those like big, like, those like big puffy flowers. I don't know. They're made of paper, but like they open up really big and they're like big and fluffy. She showed me like a yellow one of those. So just saying, if you get bored. It depends on the bird, Magic, honestly. It really does. It depends on the bird. And sometimes it depends on the context of when it happened. So a lot of the times when people ask about signs and stuff, make sure you pay attention to what you were doing in the moment when it happened. Because I'm going to give you a prime example of that, okay? The other day I was walking, this is too funny. I was walking down the street and I asked a question, right, about a decision that I had to make. And I'm like, is this a decision I'm going to have to make? Blah, blah, blah. I looked up and I was standing in front of the address 222. Okay. So there was my confirmation and synchronicity with that. A couple days to that prior, I was also walking down the street having a conversation with my guides in my head when as soon as I asked the question, I looked down and there was a Queen of Spades playing card on the ground all by itself. Nothing else to be seen. So it's the context in which the signs show up, so to speak, is a big one. All right, let's see what we got for the Jen Marie. Oh, magic. That's a lot, especially the cardinal. Especially the cardinal, and the hummingbirds have been big lately for a lot of people too, I will say. Oh, Jen, this is really funny. This is the 222 Awakening card. Insight and new mindset. So let's see. Ah, sorry, there's an ant that just crawled into my pants. God. When you practice thankfulness, you'll notice a shift in your perspective and healing energy that dramatically transforms your mood. When you find even the tiniest thing to be grateful for, the day will appear brighter and things will seem lighter. Finding something to be grateful for, no matter how small or unimportant it may be, will become easier when you learn to accept things as they are. You might feel much more grateful for the experiences and challenges you have had as a result of your change in mindset, ABC. It's not always easy to shift your mindset and think more positively. Your spirit guides are incredibly proud of you for this development, shift and comprehension that led you to appreciate the little things in life. As you learn to enjoy the simple things more and more each day, you'll begin to see that you don't have as many shortcomings as you once believed. You will become aware of your abundance and realize that alignment happens when you begin to be thankful and appreciative for every small thing. It has a domino effect. Dun, dun, dun. I definitely do have sweaty ass. I can confirm that. Jen Marie, that was beautiful. Thank you for letting me pull it for you and talk to your grandma. She's super sweet. She hangs out with you quite a bit. Make her a crafty flower. You could probably start an ancestor altar, Jen, just with all the things you make them. So I hope everyone is having a BEAU. I do. Yep. This one will be uploaded and they go on YouTube. So if you're someone who's ever gotten a reading on live stream, I upload them to YouTube so you can go check them out. Sometimes I don't upload every live stream, especially if it was quiet, but you can go back and find this one for sure. For sure. Okay, so here's the thing. I have 2 reading spots left if you would like one. We can do energy work. We can do something specific. We can see who just wants to come through, whether it's guides, whether it's a dead person, whatever it may be. The 22 doll hairs or whatever is over here. Also, don't forget, all of this stuff that we do is also in private sessions. And if you want to start doing these readings for yourself, we can make it happen. Arlie, hello. Thanks for the heart me. So who's been waiting for an oracle card? If you would like one, let me know. I'd be happy to pull it for you. And then also, if you have questions for me, like about your energy, about your spirit guides, and I want to answer magic too. Magic, feel free when you look up the significance of a hummingbird. Look up the significance of a sparrow. We just had that in the Discord. That's the other thing too. The Discord is a safe space for everyone to learn and grow together. So feel free to come hang out with us there. As you have questions, if you want to research things, you'll find so much information there. We also do movie night and craft night over there as well. And we hold classes in there. Hi, Shay. All right, Loki, let's see. Woo. Loki, this is the choices card. When you worry about decisions, it means that your mind is trying to control your life, and that results in choices made from your ego. Your angel guidance is to consider and evaluate all the options, then let go of your head and choose from your heart that which gives you the greatest joy and feels right. ABC, you got a dead person over there. Do not act from foolish impulse, however, rather from divinely prompted inspiration. Make choices for the highest good. And remember that if something is not for your highest good, it certainly is not for the highest good of those around you. So let go of the false feelings of responsibility for others and choose with wisdom. Become still and attuned to your soul and ask your angels for guidance and help. So the last live class that we just did was the Meet Your Spirit Guide class. And one of the exercises that we do in that class is I bring your spirit guide forward to you, okay? And then I start asking you questions about things you're receiving, energy you're receiving, things along that nature. And so sometimes, and this is why I say shadow work is super important, okay? If you have a receiving block, sometimes you'll only feel, a little tingle. You'll only feel cold pressure on your left side. And it's not saying you're doing anything wrong, but it's giving you the idea of there is blocks. And a lot of times we hold this block in our left shoulder from the past. And a lot of times that blocks people off. I see it all the time. And so if you are someone who is starting to experience sensations and stuff on your left side, just start making little changes to be present with yourself to help integrate that energy. The more shadow work you do, the more you process through energy, the more you will understand yourself. I'm also going to make a statement real fast. There is a lot going on TikTok right now about reading people without permission, going into other people's energies. And if you knew me from a year ago, you would know that I used to be someone who was vehemently against that, okay? But in doing shadow work over the last year, I have deconstructed that belief system for myself. And I'm going to tell you why. One, every time I do the next right thing for myself, I put my wards up, I put my shields up. I am actively taking a stance against that. So someone can do whatever they want, but as long as my side of the street is secure, I don't care. Two, in doing all of the shadow work that I've done, if you want to read me, go ahead. I don't care, because there is nothing you can't tell me that I don't know about myself. There is nothing you're going to find that I don't know. There's nothing you're going to try to blackmail me with. There's nothing you're going to try and make me feel shameful about, because I know myself at such a fundamental level. So I just want to put this out there that if you don't want people to judge you, just be careful of what you put out into the world. And the only person who's going to really judge you is yourself. Okay? Other people's judgments will only affect you if you allow it. I mean, Mike, you can try. You could try. Hi, Tanya. Love you. So I just hope you all know, with like everything going on in the world, okay, people are going to try to read your energy. Your ethics are not my ethics. Their ethics are not our ethics. Their level of understanding is not the level of understanding. Okay? Also, I'm going to be so honest. If I'm debating on dating you, if I'm debating on being your friend, if I'm debating on any of these things, I'm reading your energy. I'm not going to tell you. Okay? Here, you want to hear a story? I told it on the podcast last week. You know, the last time I was talking to a guy like a week and a half ago. It's someone I used to work with 15 years ago. Okay, just hold that thought for a second. This is back when I used to fix cars and do all of that other stuff, right? And so this person we were talking, you know, whatever. And I asked them, I said, hey, can I do your human design chart? And all he said to me was, what is that? I don't even know what that is. And so I gave him an explanation of it. And so then he said to me, he goes, well, what does that all entail? And so I told him, you know, I just need this information. Don't need your social security number. Don't need your left leg. And his recipients to give me that information, to look at his human design chart, told me all I needed to know. What are you afraid I'm going to find? What are you so afraid of? So I will forever and a day, before I'm going to date somebody, before I'm going to make a commitment to somebody, I am telling you, I will be snooping. Okay? I'm looking. That's just basic safety measures. I'm sorry if that offends you, but there's a reason it offends you, and that ain't my problem, okay? That ain't. Do your shadow work. You wouldn't be so mad. The dead bodies. Right, Claire, it's so, you have to call them out. You really do, for real. Like, you have to... If you are going to stay true and authentic to yourself, if you are someone who's living authentically, trying to be the best version of yourself, your light will offend other people. It'll offend other people. It really will. And that's not on you. It's on them. You know, it's on them. That's how I feel about that. Is there anyone else who's been waiting for a card? I would love to pull you one if you would like one. But I'm just going to give you that friendly reminder, like, your ethics aren't the same as other people's ethics. And if you are someone who is all over the internet trying to tell people what's right and wrong, you need to deconstruct the patriarchy that's in your head. Because I will tell you, right, ABC, thank you. I would tell you flat out that, how do I say this politely? Do you know how I was able to, of course you can, you know how I was able to deconstruct that belief system about being, ethics big time, I renounced my baptism and I deconstructed all of my Catholic upbringing beliefs. And in doing that, I learned so many things about myself that I never thought were there. There was so much subconsciously lurking under the shadow, and I had to pull it back to look at it. So please know I never judge anybody where they are, but if you're willing to share your opinion, I am too. I don't want to argue my opinion. It's not my job to convince you of my beliefs. It's not my job to argue my belief either, but I will stand in my truth even if it offends people. All right, let's see. Claire, I love your face. ABC, you're the best. Thank you for always hanging out with me. All right, let's see. I got Tanya Boothing, I hope you're good. Tanya, this is the self-worth card. Self-worth bestows a sense of confidence, expectation of success, and the ability to love. Decide on clear boundaries and limits and firmly decline to let others step over them or manipulate you. You will earn respect. When you value yourself, you become open and friendly, slow to take offense, and quick to forgive. Remind yourself that you are likable and lovable, and do not let others press your buttons. Stand tall and confident. With true self-worth, you radiate a golden aura, which enfolds others and makes them feel good too. So ask your angel to step into your aura and guide you. That was fab. All right, Arlie and then Shay. ABC, do you want your card for the day? I don't know if I pulled you one. Is there anyone else who hasn't had one for the day? All right, Arlie, let's see. Don't forget our next full moon guided meditation is also on Monday in the Patreon. All right, what do we got for Arlie today? Arlie, this is Archangel Jophiel. Archangel Jophiel works on the golden ray, drawing wisdom from source. Ask him to illuminate you and help you to connect with your own deep knowing. He will also help you to learn and absorb information. So if you are studying or involved in any form of education, divine assistance is available to you now. Call on Archangel Jophiel for direction and strength, and he'll help you to remove negativity and become open-minded, clear, and wise. The angels remind you it is time for you to wear the golden cloak of wisdom, so visualize yourself surrounded in gold and be wise. That was fab. Arlie, that was fabulous. Loki, it really does. It opens the whole world up. All right, let's see, Shay, I'm coming to you. Shay, this is the aspiration card. It is time to set your sights higher. If you are settling for the mediocre, aim for the superb and stretch yourself to fulfill all your potential and hold mighty visions. Find the wisdom within you which enables you to aspire to the great and the glorious. Then expand your comfort zone so that you can explore your dreams. The angel guides you never to settle for less than your incredible human spirit can achieve or deserve. And ask for help from the angels, and they'll guide and inspire you to raise your consciousness and live at a higher level. Let your spirit soar and aim for the divine. Shay, that was fabulous. Ton, thanks for letting me pull it for you, boo thing. All right, let's see, ABC, what do we got? And then Brittany, I saw you down there if you're still here. You're welcome. Oh, ABC, this is Archangel Zadkiel. It is Thursday. Archangel Zadkiel will help you to find tolerance and forgiveness. He works on the violet ray of purification and transmutation, helping you to release lower vibrations and ascend to a higher way of being. Angel wisdom suggests that you visualize yourself in the violet flame and invoke Archangel Zadkiel to help you. Place your troubles and difficult relationships within the flame so that all negativity is transmuted. You are blessed to have drawn the card today, for it indicates that you're ready to walk the path of light. That was a good one, ABC. Brittany, are you still in here with me? You're so welcome. So I hope you're all having a beautiful day. Here's the deal. I have 2 reading spots left for the day. If you are someone who would like one, you just let me know. They're 22 doll hairs. We can see whatever comes through. We can do energy stuff, or if you have something you specifically want to look at. Tomorrow in the Patreon, as a part of the daily collective, I'm going to do an exercise for people to start kind of separating themselves from their overthinking. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget that the live stream is for people's readings on Saturday, and Monday is the full moon meditation. And then next week, the new shadow work journal comes out. Oh, someone was talking to you. I must have had a dream last night, but I only remembered one like very, very weird part of it. So I don't know. And I think I know who it was. So it was just very strange. All right, let's see, Brittany, what do we got? I see nothing and I hear nothing, so I cannot answer that. This is the acceptance card. Acceptance means unconditional love. The angels remind you to accept everyone exactly as they are without judging, blaming, or wanting to change them. When you are totally accepting, you bear no malice or enmity towards anyone or anything. You're so welcome. Harmlessness through acceptance is a high state of being, and this is a difficult quality for humans to embrace, for it is a divine quality. Nevertheless, the angels are drawing it to your attention now. You're also asked to accept yourself, and when you truly do, you feel centered and confident, and your divine self is revealed. Hey, Hunter, are you still in here? If there's anyone who would like an oracle card, you let me know. Don't forget, if you're someone who's new to energy and energy hygiene, there's a free class over on the Patreon and the YouTube if you want to check it out. The Funk Soul Brother, check it out now. I didn't miss anybody for a card, did I? Did I? I want to make sure. All right, let's do this. We haven't done this in a very long time. Universe, don't make me regret this. We're going to do the numbers game. Boy, mama. Hello. Thank you for that. Let's do the 3 things you need to know. And then afterwards, we're going to do the numbers game. So if you're someone who has never had an energy reading, you're interested in it, stick around. Boy, mama, can I come over and visit? Claire, that's too funny. So I've been getting weird ass music the last couple of days. Poor Dinky was listening to me sing I Will Always Love You by Celine Dion in the kitchen the other day. It's been a weird music day the last few. All right, let's see. Okay, there's the first 3 things I notice is this. 1, your root space is really heavy. This is usually fear of resources, fear of foundation, like just not being completely at ease in your own body. The next thing that I notice is your heart space is heavy and it connects up to your throat. So there's a twofold thing in here. 1, it tells me that you struggle with sharing your emotions, but I think it's deeper than that. It gives me the impression of like struggling to understand and articulate them even to yourself. I get the impression you probably haven't been allowed to feel your feelings and process them. It gives me the energy of like things are always one after another and I don't have time to do that. But what I will tell you is that this will add up over time. So make sure that you're finding a way to process this information through your own body, whether you're writing it out, whether you're finding a safe person to talk about it with. The other thing too is I think that's part of the root chakra situation because it's the disconnect from self. It's kind of like your head and your heart are disconnected. So finding a way to have those conversations with yourself to kind of bring those pieces to you back together. The other thing I'm going to tell you is make sure that you're taking some time for yourself because I think it's probably very hard for you to do that, but it's something really needed. And I'm not one to say this, and I'm going to say this for everybody. If you don't set boundaries with yourself and take care of yourself and your own energy, this is one of the big places autoimmune stuff comes from. So make sure that you guys are taking time for yourself. All right, my friend, let's see what your card has for the day today. This is the Hope card. Hope indicates that the sun is about to come out in an area of your life. The angel wisdom reminds you that your spirit is immensely resilient and powerful, so keep faith with your dreams and your visions. Remember, the universe wants you to have your heart's desire, and it is simply waiting for you to believe that you deserve it before the angels bring it to you. Do your part by deciding what you truly want, and then send out positive thoughts for the changes you seek and the fulfillment of your wishes. Ask the angels to help, and they will fan the sparks of potential and bring them to life. Hope is a magnetic quality which attracts the great and the beautiful into your life. Boy, Mama, that was fabulous. Thank you for letting me come over into your energy. Oh, Monica, I love that. That's fun. Hi, Spaz. Happy Thursday. So if you are someone who is new here, it's nice to meet you. My name is Molly. I crawled out of the spiritual closet about 1.5 years ago to start helping people bridge the gap between spiritual connection and genuine human connection. The connection is helping you with the disconnection from yourself. So my whole goal is to help you step into your power, because everybody can be a medium. Everybody can do energy work. Everyone can build these relationships. You just have to do the work on yourself, and also to move some of those belief systems out of the way. So thanks for hanging out with us. If you are someone who wants an oracle card, let me know. But I do think I'm going to do the numbers game to give away an energy reading. I think. What do you guys think? Should we do the energy? That is the smallest spider I've ever seen in my life. Should we do a free energy reading for the numbers game? Sorry, there's a little spider down there. I know. Well, the numbers game kind of got a little kerfuckled. That's the nicest way I can say that. Claire, you should play Apothecaria. I'm so addicted to that game, it's not even funny. I'm just saying, you should play. It's fun, and you can do it on your own time too. That's the other plus side of it. Okay, so if you are someone who has never done the numbers game with me, this is the numbers game. I am going to pick a number between 1 and 30. Don't go yet. Hold on. I got to set this up. I am going to pick a number between 1 and 30. If you are someone who is interested in, I have swamp ass for days. Hold on. If you are someone who is interested in grabbing this energy reading, all I want you to do is I want you to simply guess the number that is in my head. And don't stop guessing. I want you to keep guessing. And if you get it, then guess what? We're going to do your energy reading. So, again, I am going to start this game in a minute. It is a number between 0 and 30. Don't stop guessing. Guess as many times as you want. And as soon as somebody guesses the right number, that is good. Who is going to grab the free reading. Okay? So, again, a number from 1 to 30 now. Start guessing. Oh my God, someone already got it. Monica. Boom. Monica was like, I am here for this. I am on it. Monica, congratulations. She was on it like Donkey Kong. Girl. Monica, that was fab. The universe is like, move over. Monica needs this. Excuse me, please. I was given that number, by the way. I did not pick that number. I asked for a number, and that was the number I was given. Okay, let's see. Ooh. And don't forget, if you're someone who's interested in learning energy work, you want to be a part of starting to do energy work for yourself, the next live class is going to be all about energy work. All right, Monica, can I come over and visit, please? Love you, Tan. I hope you're having a good day, my friend. 400 comments. Get it, Tanya? Get it? Don't stop. Get it. Do. Okay, let's see. Monica, what do we got? Your left side, you're my fave, Tom. Your left side is heavy. Are you like experiencing aches and pains on the left side lately? Okay, so your left side is heavy to me, especially left neck, left shoulder. We have an ice cream truck? Dude, what? I hope you all heard that, because I never knew we had an ice cream truck. So learn something new every day. Bruh, that just brought back so many memories. All right, sorry. Regularly scheduled program. He's coming back. Bye, ABC. Have a great day. Your left side is heavy, and it's a receiving thing. Like, it gives me the impression that you've been taking on things from other people, but I get the impression too, like you're working through it. Like, it's something you're cognizant of and you're taking action because it's uncomfortable. The other thing too is I noticed this like big ball left side. It's like left shoulder, and it also like leaks into your throat. And so it's giving me the impression that there are still, it's like a fear of being seen for your authenticity. Because I also get that, like, it's not that you don't want to express things, but I think there is an internal struggle sometimes. Do you have a tendency to be overly logical for certain things? Again, no judgment. What the hell with these bugs? Welcome back, Hunter. Because when I sit with it even more, it's like, it feels like it's belly and heart. And I know from doing your human design chart that your authority is your solar plexus, which is a lot to do with emotion. And so while it's always good for us to keep that logic, we don't have to understand every emotion to process through it and accept it. Does that make sense? Have you been dealing with like temperature fluctuations too lately? And also, can I ask you another question? Are you grounding on a daily basis? Oh my, the hell? Stop. Right, I'm telling, they're huge. They're those big June beetle things. Oh shit, I forgot what I asked. Hold on. The bug got me. Grounded. Okay, right. Thank you. Okay. So, if I can suggest anything, do you struggle with morning time? Are you not a morning person? Is a morning time a struggle for you? Okay. Because I was about to say, like, do this at morning time, and then I heard she won't do that. And I was like, oh, okay. So here, before you go to bed, make yourself a tree. Okay? Like, if you want to start building like a muscle memory, build yourself as a tree. So I will tell you, every morning, the first thing I do when I like wake up is I roll over essentially. And a lot of the times I'll look at Jack. Jack and I will just look at each other, and then I'll flop back over again. And then I'll lay there and I will grow my feet roots, and I'll just grow them as deep as I can. And I'll imagine myself turning into a tree. And that's how I like connect into the ether every day. The other thing I want to say too is you can connect into more than the earth. So there was just a big study about fungal networks, network de la fungus. I don't know what you want to call them. However, mycelium, that's what I was just reminded of. Thank you. The mycelium network is everywhere. They just did a research study not that long ago that the network spans underground, cross continents, under the ocean, like huge. And you can connect into that if you want to. So if you want to practice grounding in further into the earth, those are things you can do. I will tell you here, the way that I connect in at night, Monica, is I have like a whole grid set throughout the property, right? And so I picture myself connecting into that grid. Yeah, it's the remember piece is the tough. It's building a muscle memory, right? It's like when I go to the bathroom, every time I go to the bathroom, I automatically cleanse now because it's that built-in muscle memory. The biggest thing, Monica, that I'm noticing, good Lord, is the disconnect. It's like your belly, in the beliefs that you hold in your belly, in your heart, it's like they're fighting against each other. And I think being able to be more focused on your energy and what is coming into it, because I also get the impression, like, do you take on a lot of emotional baggage for other people? I'm never doing this outside in the afternoon again. I need the ice cream man to come back. Okay, because there was something that was just mentioned to me about, it feels like helping. Like, I think it's framed under help. So just make sure you're being cognizant of where that goes to. The only other thing, Monica, that's really like sticking out to me is your back. It feels like there's like reverb coming up your are you getting like random little like chills up your back? Because it's sacral chakra, it's the back of it. And feel free to look at some prompts around that too if you just want to be nosy and see what comes up. I know for me, whenever I have to look into my sacral chakra, there was a lot of things I didn't expect to deal with. Joke's on me. That chakra holds so much stuff. Like, it holds a lot of things and buries it. So, you know what, Monica, I'll remember if I can. I really do have a squirrel memory, but I will, specifically in next month's shadow journal, I will put some, a slide in there specifically around sacral chakra, things like that. 'Cause it's something I'm noticing a lot of. Ugh. That way, there'll be some stuff you can look at and see how it sits. And two, I just want you to know, you can chase those chills. So those chills will form cords which is where they're coming from. And if you were able to take the time and sit with them and walk the cord, you would be able to figure out where it comes from. It's just one of those things that takes practice. It just takes practice. All right, let's pull a shadow card. Let's see. Also, everyone be kind to yourself because the full moon's coming too, so don't forget about that. Oh. Monica, this is the confusion card. Unclear and overwhelm. It's possible that your attempts to get clear have been hampered by impeding thoughts. You may have become uninterested and lost sight of your goals due to overextending yourself while juggling multiple tasks or rushing to the finish line. What should you do if you feel like you can't progress? Finding a place to clear your head in a peaceful setting is encouraged if you're feeling overwhelmed. It would be even better if you could be near water, since the healing power of the water will help you get rid of anything that isn't helping you right now. Remember that spirits are guiding and supporting you during this time, and they encourage you and hold you responsible for your goals. Set aside some time, and they will help you. When you're clear, everything will fall into place. Being present not only promotes healing, it also clarifies your needs in terms of where you should be going and what demands you should give your time and attention to. Have you been observing any signs, coincidences, or reoccurring numbers? The signs serve as a reminder to trust, let go, and avoid getting sucked into the confusion. Take a moment to center yourself, relax, and free your mind, and the next time you take a shower or a bath, try establishing the intention to remove any bad energy and visualize the water washing away worrisome things. Hey, I see you, Claire. Monica, that was a very fitting card, I must say. The ice cream man's coming back. Monica, all I will tell you is don't give up. Don't give up. Just because we've tried something once doesn't mean we can't do it. So what I will say is before you don't beat yourself up about what you can and cannot do. Start with the basics, right? Like make the grounding commitment to try to be present with that every day and start there. And the more you become in tune to the way, right, Jen? The more I don't know. Remember the ice cream man back when I was a kid only took cash? You think they take cards these days? The more you spend time in your energy, the more it'll show you. Does that make sense? Claire, oh my gosh, you're okay. They do? Okay, good to know. See, that's what I thought. Like, I don't know. I just remember the ice cream. I used to spend the summer at my Nana's when I was little, and the ice cream man used to come in her neighborhood, but you had to have cash. But that was... I'm old now, okay? So we're not going to talk about that. Monica, thanks for letting me come over in your energy, my friend. And truthfully, don't beat yourself up. Just go slow, one at a time. Like, just focus on the grounding. Get the grounding down. And the more you sit and be present with your energy, I promise you, the more it'll open up to you. It's like you have to talk nice to it in order for it to show you its true self, you know? I'm going to give you a prime example. My day has been everything I planned to do today has gone not the way I wanted it to. But when I sat down to do my meditation and talk to my guides about something that I was dealing with, I was able to just get in this space of being totally safe and like worthy and all this stuff. And I fell asleep. You know, I did all the work, but then I fell asleep because my energy finally agreed that we were safe and like everything was great and that we can't control things that aren't in our control. What is it? Is that the GTA one? I've never played Grand Theft Auto, but I feel like I remember people driving around on an ice cream truck. Claire, you're so welcome, Monica. Thanks again for letting me in your energy. Claire, what are we looking at? What am I doing? I like being nosy. I like to be nosy. What you got? Hey, Mike, you find any more cheese places yet? I did. Hey, also, speaking of, is it? God, I haven't seen Friday in forever. So. Oh, it might be. It wasn't Big Worm. Big Worm had the big rims. But he didn't have an ice cream truck, I don't remember. Okay. Oh my God, there's spiders everywhere. There was a spider just like crawling down in front of my face. All right, Claire, let's see. You don't have to pee, do you? Okay, so the first thing I noticed was there's just a lot of heaviness here. That's why my first thought was either she has to pee or it's not root though, it's like sacral. Have you been doing some like shadow work stuff around? Have you been doing some shadow work stuff around your sacral chakra, but also I hear, are you doing something with are you doing some kind of creative shadow work or something? Okay. Bet. Are you dealing with the fear of the future though? God dang it. Look at you go. Get it, girl. I'm trying to figure out what's up with this left leg. It gives me the impression that, are there like things you're working through and healing through, but there's still parts of you that don't feel like you'll be accepted by people? I gotta be honest, I already forgot what I asked you for you to answer that. Okay. Yeah, because I'm asking, what is the biggest thing in the moment? And they keep bringing me to your solar plexus. And are you still working with a fear of failure around doing things? Because your solar plexus is where I keep getting brought to. And then I keep getting solar plexus block. And then I also have gotten needing to fully step into your power, because it's because they give me the impression that how do I say this? They're showing me a log, okay? And they're She needs to jump over this log, but she looks at it and she's like, I see it, and you're just gonna walk around it. So I know that's something that you're still working through. Just be cognizant that you don't do the thing where it's like, that's a tomorrow problem, that's a tomorrow problem, and then it becomes a problem like 6 weeks from now and then 6 months from now. Because I think it's also you sharing all the things that come to you. Does that make sense? Like, are you still struggling with the fear of delivering the information? Claire, total side note, but that's something we can talk about, because like that's just a communication thing, and being cognizant in the way you deliver information is something I think everybody should have a healthy fear of, to be very honest. Because not all information needs to come through, but also don't hold back information that does. And I think there's a part of sitting with it to figure out what is worth it and what isn't. You have been having someone stand on your left side. Have you been feeling that lately? The other thing too is they're giving me the impression that there's a lot going on in your crown chakra. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna get the impression that that's like one of your guides. They're very tall. That's usually a big red flag for me of like, who are you? And then I see how tall they are. So that was really strange. He just showed me a very specific star and then brought it to your belly. Claire, have you been asking them to open another channel for you? I'm supposed to tell you that purpose and alignment are not the same things. Do you understand what I mean by that? The other thing that he is like, okay. The other thing is that he's saying that there are certain, he made a joke. I think you're the only one who's going to get this joke. There are certain things you have to master before moving on to the next part. And it's like, there isn't a date for when that starts. It's when things start moving freely and you are more willing to go with the flow, those other avenues will open. But it's those restrictions and some of those controlling things of wanting to dictate how it happens and when it happens, that'll pause it. So setting the intention and then letting it go versus attracting the opposite. Does that make sense? You have to master the master. That's his joke. I feel like I'm on a live episode of National Geographic today. think it cut off the end of that, so I want to make sure I respond to the whole thing. It's the disconnection from self. I think that's the reason that you are, because he shows me that you're doing the work, but there are sometimes pieces of the work come up that you don't feel like you're ready for or that you're equipped for. Does that make sense? And they want to remind you that you are, but there's also a piece of making sure that you worry about helping yourself before other people. Do you know what they mean by that? Because I just get this really big urge, Claire, that through your healing process is the way in which you give back to other people. Does that make sense? Like, they give me this, and again, I'm not going to stick to a timeline, but I'm just going to tell you what it looks like. It looks like the more you embrace the parts of yourself, the more you sit with yourself, the more you learn about yourself, that is your training school for the way in which you can give back and help other people. Because until we master ourselves, right, we won't know the ways in which to help and funnel that information for other people. And this is never to say that we're all ever going to master ourselves completely, but making the step every day too. And also, not so much to worry about trivial things that you can't control and that won't matter in the long run. Does that also make sense? It really feels that way, Claire, because that feels like where the blossoming period comes from, is when you fully accept yourself and look inward and appreciate even the parts of you that you're still struggling with more so through the work that you've been doing. Paths will open up for you. Like, those channels will open. Because I think there's a couple things you've been working on that are gonna be at a pivotal point in the next couple weeks, so to speak. I think there's different perspectives that are gonna come up to help you fully embody it more. Does that make sense? Speaking of shadows, Claire, also, do you have a specific question? I want to answer it if you do, but I also want to pull one of these shadows and see what we got. I also just feel the need to tell you that you're doing a really good job, Claire. Don't beat up on yourself because things take time. They take time for everybody. It's not a punishment. I feel the need to tell you that. You're not being put on the bench. This is the nonconformist card, rejecting beliefs and autonomy. Let's see. Oh, okay. Monica, I get that. Hunter says that sometimes too. You are making the decision to experience life to the fullest and embrace your authenticity and truth. Your spirit guides are incredibly happy for you since you now recognize your own potential. What you have to offer has a tremendous amount of promise. You've arrived at this point where you are becoming more whole because you believed in yourself, and you've been gaining the ability to harmonize your consciousness with your darker soul aspects. Unity is now being integrated. You've come to understand that living your own life doesn't involve following other people's rules, beliefs, or directives, and as a result of your experiences, only your perspective matters of your reality. You can now connect yourself with the highest frequency, achieving your full potential and releasing yourself from societal norms and institutions. You are aware that this integration fosters completeness and is only one facet of the mission and journey you are supposed to carry out. You sense this fullness with acceptance since you've stopped looking for a destination and are learning to just be. It's as though the world is opening for you, and in your own power, because of your individuality, you can create whatever you desire. Spirit's on point last few days, I will say. They called me out yesterday, if that makes anybody feel better. Yep, exactly, Monica. Exactly. It is. Oh, Claire, thanks for letting me come in your energy. You're not being punished. You're not on the beat. They give me this image of like, you know how football has like the A string, and then they have like the B string, and if you suck, you sit on B string and whatever. I just want you to know you're not. Like, they're giving me the impression you're not in timeout. The only person putting yourself in timeout is yourself. So I hope you know that. You're doing amazing things, Claire. You've come so far. And I'm sure this time next year, it'll be like, oh, Monica, I've seen you do amazing things. Thank you very much, ma'am. I watched you do a past life reading. Give yourself some credit. Claire, you got this. I can't wait to see in a year from now just how much different you'll feel because of all the work and effort you've put in. Thank you for allowing me to come over and visit. Truthfully, it's always an honor and a privilege. I hope it was helpful. You guys got this. Like, I think one of the hardest parts is, I know for me, I used to think I was in trouble a lot. Like, oh, they're going to be mad at me. Oh, they're going to be disappointed. Oh, they're going to whatever. And it came from a childhood thing that I had to work through, because my dad was never one person to say he was mad at me. It was always, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. And that was 10 times worse for me. You know, I would rather you be mad at me than look at me and say, I expected better of you, I'm disappointed. So, like, just give yourself grace and take time. Your guides also don't feel that way. They really don't. Like, they are so proud of you for even taking this venture, you know? Earth sucks. Let's just call that what it is. It will, Claire, for real. It really will. It'll be so different. And I say that personally because the Molly who started Ether and Ash is not the same me a year and some change into it at all. A lot of the beliefs that I came in with, I have worked through and changed for my liking. And so I've also learned so much more in that time. So some of the things that I used to believe a year ago, I don't now. And I know a year from now, that'll also change gravely. Oh, you are not a disappointment, Monica. I get what you mean, though. I really do. I really do. Because I know the last month or two, I'm like, is this why does something feel different? And it's not that it's wrong. It's just that things pivot and needs change over time, you know? So give yourself the grace, really. When you step into energy, do you see dead people there too as a collective? So, the easiest way I can articulate what it looks like for me is your energy is like an onion. Okay. So, if I come over to do an energy reading, I will come for a certain layer of your auric field. And if I want to talk to your spirit guides, I'll back out of it a little bit to go into a different layer while still staying in your energy. As for the dead people, I have to go a little bit further for them to step through. So, and this is something that's just all come with time. I don't know how else to explain that. Like when I used to connect in, I would get everything. I'm looking through your third eye. Now I'm over here in the energy realm. Oh, now there's a dead person. Oh, now there's a spirit guide. And it used to give me whiplash because I would try to focus on one thing and I'm like, whoa, it's like you're dodging everything. And so I had to learn to slowly go through an auric field like I'm peeling back layers of an onion. So when I go over to somebody, I go to the first layer, and then if I keep going, then the dead people will appear. So a lot of the time, if I look at you, I'll see your guides with you. I'll see dead people with you. Animals are a big one, past animals. In my humble opinion, this is where I think that spirit animal comes from. And I think it's because you've had so many relationships throughout your life with animals that they stay with you, right? And so when certain people go to do your reading, they're like, oh, you have a dog or with you, or you have a crow with you or something. And it's like, I don't really think it's your spirit animal. I think you're connecting into more than what you think you are. Also, spirit guides have animal forms, and some show up for a particular reason. I know one of a reading that I had from someone like a year and a half ago, one of the first things she brought up to me was, there's a deer looking at me. It was just staring at her. And it fit because the whole reading was my guides yelling at me that I'm making myself too small and that I'm refusing to step in my power. And then when you look up the symbolism of the deer, it all fits, right? So a lot of times they appear as an archetype to also help you understand some of the things that you're going through. I get that. You can give your dead people jobs all the time. I know for me, my dead people have jobs, but it's not the job I originally thought they would have. And also, I know my dad, this is so funny. When I started doing my work and stuff with Ether and Ash, my dad made it very obvious that he didn't know what he was getting into. Like, he had no idea that I talked to dead people. He had no idea that I had all these spirit guides. And so when he was coming from the other side, he's like, I'm out of my element, because he wanted to help me, right? But there's all these other beings who have been helping me for so long that he was like, I think this is out of my pay grade. And that's why I gave my dad a very specific job in the spirit realm. So he's not a gatekeeper guide because he doesn't have that capacity. He's not a spirit guide to me in that way. Like, he is someone I talk to in spirit, but I wouldn't consider him a guide. And what he does is, so I have my tree house and I have the door in which the dead people come in. And my dad's whole job is to stand out there with the bouncer, right? So again, he is not the bouncer, but he stands with the bouncer, and he walks up and down the line telling people what we make fun of the court jester thing, but he tells people what the expectations are to be allowed into the club, essentially. So like, you can't act this way. You have to be polite. You have to be respectful. These are like, he will go through and like give the play-by-play of how you're expected, the house rules, so to speak. And there are other, I have dead people that come and go because they also have jobs in the spirit realm. My fiance who passed away, he's had the same job in the spirit realm for a very long time, where he helps other people cross who have passed from an overdose. That's what he does, so they're not always around, but they're never far. Like, you can just reach out and grab one of them if you want. It's just about extending that cord and connecting in. And then there are some people, like my grandma comes around a lot, but she isn't with me as much as her husband is. Her husband is with me all the time. He has been with me through so many things in my life. He saved my life on multiple occasions. He's more prominent than my grandmother is. Like, he's more involved with my day-to-day life than my grandmother. Do I see her all the time? Yeah, but not as often as I see him. She really only comes to tell me certain things, like she wants me to put makeup on. She wants me to put lipstick on. She'll come to tell me her displeasure with the way certain people are acting. But my grandfather comes more through in a guide manner. So really, and also I've met ancestors that I never knew in the physical world. That's why when we talk about meeting and hanging out with our ancestors, like there was one time that I did a meditation where I wanted to connect into my ancestors from like hundreds and hundreds of years ago that nobody would know. And I was able to do that. It was super cool. And come to find out, you'll be surprised how many of these people you've had lifetimes with, and they've just have come and reincarnated as somebody else. Lexi, do you want your oracle card? So I can't tell you guys this enough. The more you build those relationships, the more you'll start to see them. And you can also ask people for their guidance too. Like, you know, if there's a certain dead person, maybe you weren't close or whatever, but you have questions, just ask them. I have a dead person who, this was someone that went to prison because of the way that they treated me. And I was able to talk to them in spirit. Went much better as when they were dead, respectfully. But you can reach out to these people whenever you want if you're willing to. And that's also shadow work, because there was a long time where I wouldn't let him come through. I was like, it scared the shit out of me. But then I had to realize, like, that's part of holding myself back, right? Why can I talk to other people who have done this to other people, but I can't talk to the person who did it to me? All right, Lexi. Oh, shoot. 57 card pickup. 1 second. Oh. All right, let's see. You're so welcome, Claire. Thanks for always hanging out with me and putting your trust in me to be in your energy. It's always an honor and a privilege. This is the communication card, Lexi. The angels remind you that being spiritual is about being genuine and honest. When you speak from the heart, others feel the resonance of truth and trust you. Talk positively and focus on the good in life, and you'll feel happier and healthier. Communication is a two-way process. Listen with interest and respond openly, and this will improve all relationships. Communicate constantly with Source using prayer, which is acting, and meditation, which is listening. Always keep channels of communication open and be a bridge to others' hearts and minds. Ask your angel to step into your aura and communicate a higher way through you. That was fabulous, Lex. Thanks for letting me pull it for you. So I want to remind you guys, slow and steady wins the race for real. Like, when it comes to this stuff, just go with the flow. And also, too, one thing I'm learning quite a bit is don't ask too many questions, because the need to be able to understand everything brick by brick will also cause a disconnect. So feel free to ask, but don't get so technical where you're asking for a standard operating procedure of how this works. Because I know that I've done that, and in doing that, I cut myself off from my intuition. Because remember, the need to understand everything at this big, profound level is, in the heart of it, a control problem. Yay! That's a plus. Sometimes we need it, for real. Sometimes it's like, can you give me another way to understand what you're saying? Because this one isn't making sense. Hello? Hello? Melissa, isn't that you? See, my brain just broke. Did anyone notice that? I was like, is it Melissa? But I can't tell. And I didn't want to say, all right, just checking. I didn't want to be like, hello, Melissa. And it's not you, because I would have felt really bad. Oh, gotcha. All right, see, I'm in full squirrel mode. Don't mind me, Claire. Melissa, do you want a card for the day, boo thing? So the next live class that we're going to do is going to be all about energy work, and it's going to be all about how do we look at our energetic layer, hi Soulfully, as an onion, and how do we get into those different layers. And we're also going to talk about walking, energy cords too in that class. So it's going to be, a class all about energy. So that, I think we're going to do it after the 4th of July. I don't think it's going to be this weekend. I think it will be the weekend after the 4th of July. All right, let's see. Melissa, do you know that song on TikTok? Now I'm going to think of you every time. Melissa, I'm drunken outside. Do, 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 do. Now I'm going to think of you every time I hear that song. All right, let's see. This is the discernment card. Discernment means sensing what feels right or wrong, trusting your judgment, and acting on it. Your angel guidance is to look at the people and situations in your life now and respond to your gut feeling. Learn to develop your intuition and ask the angels to help you to discern the good from the bad, and they will prompt and guide you. This will help you feel safer, happier, stronger, and clearer. Angel wisdom reminds you that when you can be trusted to use discernment, you can serve the universe in a great way. That was fab. Thanks for letting me pull it for you. Oh, Lexi, if you got pictures, you should post them in the cord. Just saying. I like pretty pictures. Melissa, thanks for coming to hang out with me and letting me pull it for you. YoutheBomb.com. All right. I think I may run away. It is 4:30. It is almost Jack's dinner time. He has to go to the bathroom. He has already told me that twice now. Friendly reminder that once you do open those communications with your animals, they'll know how to find you. Okay? I just want you guys to know that. They will know how to get you. Ooh, lunchtime. What'd you have for lunch? Anything good? Yay, Lexi, I can't wait to see him. What was for lunch? We're having cheeseburger bowls again for dinner. We had them last night. We will be having them again today. They're good. I can't complain. Melissa, I'm drunk and outside. Oh, Monica, I'm honored. I'm sending you another big, ginormous, energetic hug. And I hope that tonight before you go to bed, you can ground and just take a minute to just be present. And also, I want to give everybody a reminder. If you are stuck in an energetic suckhole of emotion and you are struggling to move it, please ask your spirit guides to help you do that. There are some days where I cannot pull my own head out of my own ass and everything pisses me off. And I will sit with my spirit guides and I will ask them to help me. And I'll feel one of them step into my energy and it immediately changes it, right? Because it's like, you know, when you're having a really bad day and you have that one friend who can make you laugh and they can make you feel great no matter what, just by being who they are. Amen. Same for your guides. So if you're having a day where you're like, I hate you and I hate you and I hate you and you piss me off and you piss me off, ask them to step in and just allow them to be present with you in the space for real. Because sometimes the isolation and the thinking we have to do it all on our own is what also keeps it perpetuating. So even if you can't hear them or talk to them, I promise they'll step into your space and you'll be able to feel it. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Tomorrow on the Patreon as a part of the daily. Thank you, Lexi. I'm excited to look. Love you, Monica. You got this. Get it, Claire. Sometimes we need to, for real. Sometimes we need to, for real. I have so much shit going on in the background of my life that I cannot wait to be able to do a podcast tell-all with everybody one day, because I know that the minute I'm able to share all of the things, you guys will be able to find so many ways to use it in your daily life, no matter what is happening. But, you know, the court system is preventing me from doing that at the moment, but it will happen one day. So I want you all to know that you are all loved and honored in the realm in which you exist in. Your guides love and cherish you more than you probably ever could imagine. And it's because that love is something that you have to accept to experience it. Girl, I can't wait to give it to everybody. I really can't. I'm locked and loaded with it. But I'm what's the word? Level-headed. So just know that they will help you with whatever. And there are definitely some days where my emotions are on screech and I just reach up and ask them. That's what I'm saying. I am being careful. Goodness gracious. Are you the bailiff over there? So just know that you guys are all worth taking the time for yourself. And don't let other people get under your skin. I know it's easier said than done. But when they do, lean on your guides. Like, for real. Lean on them and ask them for help with whatever you are going through. Like, I'm telling you, this morning, I was dealing with some really nasty messages, and I was being called all sorts of things. I was being accused of all sorts of things. And I just immediately went to go meditate with my guides. And I was like, whatever makes her feel better, whatever makes her feel better. If that's what she needs to think to make herself feel better. I just was like, it's fine. We'll be great. Everything's fine. You know, if that's how you think of me, that's fine. That's your prerogative, not mine, you know. And I'm telling you, by the end of that, I fell asleep because I had changed the energy so much that it was like, okay, we can just pass out now and go to bed. So even on like the hardest days, they will still be there for you if you are willing to listen and let them in. It really does, Claire, honest to God. It really does. And that's the other thing too, like it's funny, there's only a couple of you in here now, so I'll share this information, but I said to Ken this morning, you called me brave at the beginning of the week, and someone else called me brave again today too. And I said to Ken, I'm like, I don't see it, you know, like I don't feel that way. I just feel like I'm living my authenticity and my beliefs and my values. Like, I don't see it as looking a certain way. I just see it as, to me, these are the right things to do. These are the right ways to act. And that's all I care about. And even though I hate the human world half the time, I still care about humans, you know? So, sometimes I need to remind myself that I am one, even on days where I don't feel like I belong on this planet. So, because there are really some days where I'm like, why did I come here? Like, what the fuck possessed me to come do this? Why? What was the point? But I know that I had more information when I made that. So I'm trying to remind myself that I do not have all the information yet. You know? You're right. I think you're right. I think being your most authentic self is something that you can do bravely, because a lot of people are afraid to do it, you know? They're afraid to just be who they are because people are judgy and rude and ruthless. But I think that's the most courageous thing that you could do. I think you're right about that. That goes for every single one of you. Hello, my little smut fungus friend. How are you? Do you want your oracle card? I was about to run away because I really do have some serious swamp ass going on, Rebecca. So it's not you. It is indeed the swamp. Bum, bum, bum. Thank you for the heartbeat. All right, let's see. What do we got for Rebecca today? Oh. Rebecca, this is Archangel Jophiel. Archangel Jophiel works on the golden ray, drawing wisdom from source. Ask him to illuminate you and help you to connect with your own deep knowing. He will also help you to learn and absorb information. So if you are studying or involved in any form of education, divine assistance, it is available to you now. Call on Archangel Jophiel for direction and strength, and he will help you to remove, oh God, I lost my spot. Remove negativity and become open-minded and clear and wise. The angels remind you it is time for you to wear the golden cloak of wisdom. So visualize yourself surrounded in golden light and be wise. I am so grateful for all of you too, truthfully. I hope you all know that. It was really scary, like the day that I decided to step into my power. And it also, bye Monica, love your face. It took me a long time of pulling my own head out of my ass. It took me probably 7 readings, Claire, from 7 different readers for them to be like, why aren't you doing this work? You know you can do this work, right? And I was like, and I've got that reading from so many different people so many times that I'm like, fine, you win. We're just going to go full tilt. And so here we are. So thank you guys for that wholeheartedly. The other thing I want to say too before I leave, next week is a new podcast episode. If there is something that you guys want me to talk about. You want me to talk about how I started this work. You want me to talk about the experiences I've had as a kid. You want me to talk about the ways that I know spirit shows up, the experiences I've had. I would be more than happy. If you guys have questions about something that I've lived through or whatever, I have no problem talking about any of it. None. So if you are someone who is over in the Patreon and you're like, Molly, I really want to hear about this for the podcast, bet. Let me know. Seriously. But you have to let me know because I am not a mind reader. I am an energy reader. Okay? I don't read minds. I read energy. I'm pretty good, but I ain't that good. So you're going to have to tell me. Also, do not forget, tomorrow in the Patreon, a part of the Daily Collective, I'm going to add a exercise to help with your observation box and some energy stuff. And then Saturday is the next live stream for people's energy work and readings. Monday is the full moon guided meditation and energy work. Wednesday is the new shadow work journal and the new archetype for the month. Don't forget, you can go check out all the tiers on Patreon, but also there is a free tier that gives you access to a bunch of free information. So I love your faces. I have debated doing a Firefly live stream at nighttime. It would be a gardening Firefly live stream. It wouldn't be very spiritually serious. We wouldn't be doing readings. We would just be chatting and hanging out. So I might do it today or tomorrow. We might save it for Friday. I'm not sure, but that is probably coming down the pipeline. So stay tuned for that if you're someone who's been wanting to watch more of the Fireflies. All right, my friends, that's what I'm saying. I love your faces. I hope you all have